I don't know what terrible things you've done in your life up to this point, but clearly your karma's out of balance to get assigned to my class. I'm Professor Annalise Keating, and this is Criminal Law 100, or as I prefer to call it, How to Get Away with Murder.
Welcome everybody to episode 2 of Courtroom Legends, the only show where we put your favorite fictional lawyers, we put them on trial, we look at their win-loss record and basically their legal style and a whole bunch of other fun facts that we know about them. My name is Christopher Richardson. I will be your host for this show and Courtings in Section. Today's a very special episode. We're going to be looking at Annalise Keating. She's one of the TV's most powerful attorneys. When I was doing my research on her, I really liked her backstory. I really liked, everybody makes fun of her walk. We're going to address that at the end. And this is a very interesting character. And if you have seen the show, How to Get Away with Murder, you know exactly what we're going to dive into. So let's go ahead and get started. Doing my research about Annalise, I had to ask myself, was she a courtroom legend or was she a criminal mastermind? Because, man, there was a lot of murder going on in this show. And the funny part was Annalise wasn't doing none of the murdering. It was always people around her that were doing all the murdering. But I guess that's why the show is called How to Get Away with Murder. So let's go ahead and dive in. Annalise Keating is portrayed by Viola Davis, and she actually won an Emmy for this role. Her full name is Annalise Keating, but she was born with the name Anna Mae Harkness. She got Keating when she married Sam Keating. She was born May 10th, 1967, and was born in Memphis, Tennessee. She had a tough childhood. She grew up poor, had to deal with some systemic racism and poverty. She endured severe trauma from sexual abuse at the hands of her uncle. This is why she's has great desire to protect. She always drives for control and is just overnight a badass as she goes up. She graduated top of her class at Harvard Law School. And became a high-profile criminal defense attorney. Later became a law professor at Middleton University, where she taught the famous class, Criminal Law 100, How to Get Away with Murder. And it was there where she handpicked a group of standout students called the Keating Five. Those students were Wes Gibbons, Connor Walsh, Michaela Pratt, Laurel Castillo, and Asher Millstone. Throughout the show, you can see that Miss Keating is a master manipulator when needed, but also deeply vulnerable behind closed doors. Throughout the series, you'll see that Miss Keating puts her own law license at risk multiple times because she conceals crimes, manipulating witnesses, and sometimes even destroys evidence. Last fun fact about Miss Keating is that she is bisexual. She's had relationships with men and women. She was married to Sam Keating before his death, and also had a romantic relationship with another character named Eve Rothlow.
We did not file this class action on the grounds of discrimination, so we cannot consider race in our decision.
Your Honor, I'd like to use the remainder of my time to prepare my rebuttal.
The request for rebuttal is granted.
Go to the library and look up this ruling. Kayla, we lose without it.
As an arbiter of the law with whole knowledge of historical jurisprudence in this country, race must always be considered a variable.
You have precious time, Miss Keating. I suggest that you don't waste it.
These are not my words, Justice Strickland. They're yours. You wrote them in your 1985 ruling in Bryant v. Topeka. Racism is built into the DNA of America. And as long as we turn a blind eye to the pain of those suffering under its oppression, we will never escape those origins. The only safeguard people of color have is the right to a defense, and we won't even give them that. Which means that the promise of civil rights has never been fulfilled. Some may claim that slavery has ended, but tell that to the inmates who are kept in cages and told that they don't have any rights at all. People like my client Nathaniel Leahy and millions of people like him who are relegated to a subclass of human existence in our prisons. There is no alternative to justice in this case. To decide against my plaintiff is to choose lining the pockets of prison owners over providing basic defense for the people who live in them. And is that the America that this court really wants to live in? Where money is more important than humanity? Where criminality is confused with mental health? The Sixth Amendment was ratified in 1791. It's been 226 years since then. Let's finally guarantee its rights to all of our citizens.
How to Get Away with Murder went on for 6 seasons, and in those 6 seasons, Annalise ranked up 22 wins, only 3 losses, and she had 7 of them that either got dismissed or they had like murky outcomes. One of her most famous trials was the one for her late husband, Sam Keating. That one was really important because that was pretty much most of like the first and second season. And then throughout the other seasons, they do constantly keep bringing it back in. I want to know in the comments, like, what was your favorite trial that she had? One of my favorite parts of this show was there were main characters that actually passed away or got murdered randomly. And Annalise had to find a way to either find out who did it or cover up someone else that did it. When it comes to Annalise's real world accuracy, broke it down between pros and cons. Some of her pros is that she's a complex lawyer strategies. She does use real criminal defense tactics, like creating reasonable doubt, attacking weak evidence, and leveraging constitutional protection. When it comes to ethic gray areas, are real. In the real world, lawyers do struggle with ethical dilemmas and sometimes work around the rules. Annalise's moral obligation does reflect that. One thing I really like about Annalise, too, is her courtroom charisma. I like the fact that she has the ability to really persuade judges and juries, not just with facts, but also with her passion. And another pro that Annalise has is that she has deep client loyalty. She will do anything she can to really get you to trust her when it comes to her being your lawyer and everything. But she does have a couple cons here. She does frequently break the law. She does show a lot. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of criminal behavior. She does tamper with evidence at times, or concealing bodies. That'd definitely get your law license taken away. Another con is that she has extreme conflict of interest. In the real world, she actually would have been disbarred or imprisoned for representing clients that she's personally connected to, or for involving students in the criminal activities. Another con, but this is more like the show. She has unrealistic high stakes every week. Like most of her cases, involve a lot of murder scandals and controversies, which would make her far beyond the busiest criminal defense attorney in the world at that point. And then last con would be the lack of legal process due. The show does often skip over like pretrial motions, plea negotiations, or even discovery, which are actually critical and also time-consuming parts of real law practice. My final verdict for Annalise Keating, despite the fact that she does a lot of illegal shit like tampering with evidence and witnesses and things in that nature, she's a total badass, you know. Doing my research about her was really fun, and I can see why she is the way she is, especially with her childhood and everything. She gets a 10 out of 10, bar none. She's the ultimate lawyer. I would definitely want her to be my lawyer if I did some bad stuff. So, yeah, that's my final verdict. She definitely gets a 10 out of 10. Hey, if you want to watch How to Get Away with Murder for free, it's free on Tubi. Go ahead, download the app. The app is free. I want to thank you all for tuning in to episode 2 of Courtroom Legends. I'm having a lot of fun doing these. Remember to subscribe, like, share, tell your friends about it. If they really like courtroom shows, and if they have any ideas of any other fictional lawyers they would like for me to, dig deep in, put it in the comments or send me a message. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun doing these. My next episode coming out next week will be about Harvey Specter. And then the week after that, I'm going to do Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons. Like, share, subscribe. Showing some love would definitely help me out. I'm really trying to reach an audience that really enjoys courtroom dramas. And other than that, thank you for watching. Peace out. Court is adjourned.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, you're Annalise Keating.
Yep, that's me.
Oh my God, I miss your show so much.
Oh, don't worry about it. How to Get Away with Murder will be on Tubi for free. Do you sell vodka? Vodka! Where's the vodka, man? Vodka!
I'm just saying.
Keating 5, repeat after me. And you've never been against me either.
And you've never been against me either.
Try and pick this fight.
Try and pick this fight.
Now walk off. Yeah.